जानन् योगी मुह्यति कश्चन तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु योगयुक्तो भवार्जुन वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपस्सु चैव दानेषु यत् पुण्यफलं प्रदिष्टम् अत्येति तत्सर्वमिदं विदित्वा योगी परं स्थानमुपैति चाद्यम् ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे अक्षरपरब्रह्मयोगो नाम अष्टमोऽध्यायः। सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः।
Jai Gurudatta. What a wonderful and unified chanting by all these children. We'll reserve all our class. We will reserve all our class. We are very fortunate to have Mahamahopachaya Swami Shri Tattvavidananda Ji amidst us. He has graced the occasion as the chief guest today, and the program that you have seen till now, which will be continuing, is a hard work of under 10 months, just by a clarion call given by His Holiness Sri Ganapati Sachidananda Swamiji. He made a divine sankalpa. It all started in the year 2015, when Sri Swamiji had consecrated the unique Marakata Karasiddhi Hanuman Devasthana in Frisco, Texas. He made a divine sankalpa, and in one of his discourses, Sri Swamiji has announced that learning Bhagavad Gita is very, very beneficial, and to learn it by heart is much more so. And he also hinted towards his divine sankalpa that he would like to see at least about 18 children the subsequent year when he visits the temple, to have all the 18 chapters by heart, learned by heart, and be offered. While that discourse was going on, you will not believe, without any parental motivation or without any prompting, more than 40 children have vowed to themselves that they want to be part of the Mahayagna program. And Sri Srikant Salla has become the instrument in the divine hands of His Holiness Parama Pujya Sri Swamiji. And under 10 months, these children have shown the miracle right in our families, in front of our eyes, and in the most constrained environment that they were working. You all know how much and what all they go through in your school, in their schoolwork, additional activities, and whatnot. With all that, many of the children we know here cannot properly speak their mother tongue. It is just the Sadguru grace, but for which this would not have happened today, that made the impossible possible under 10 months of rigorous training. Nobody will have any mistakes in their pronunciation. There is a rigorous training and testing assessment program that goes on. And as all this is part of a program, not out of place to mention, a program called Baladatta, the curriculum envisioned by His Holiness Sri Swamiji himself, which makes the complete citizen ready for the world, not losing touch with the roots of Sanatana Dharma. And these children, their initial step itself has been a giant leap by learning none other than the divine text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which is told by the Lord himself to Arjuna, just as a pretext. In Kathopanishad, there is a Vakya, Ayamatma Pravachanayana Labhyaha, Na Vedhaya Na Bahuna Shrutena. Atma Tattva, the Lord himself, is not to be known by the Pravachanas, not by discourses, not by thinking, not by deep penance, nothing of that sort. Not even by listening to anything of this kind multiple times, no. And as an extension of that, Lord himself states, we listen from the children in the wonderful sonorous chanting in the 11th chapter, Nityam Darshanakangshanaha. There are even gods, demigods, who would want to see that form that he will show the cosmic form. We'll see it in the 10th and 11th chapters. Everybody wants to see that ever. But Madanagraha, only by his grace alone anybody will be able to see that, to witness that. And as a continuation, he also says, Bhaktya Tvaranyaya Shakya. There is nothing that shows me to you. Arjuna, nothing in this form you can see. It's only I who show you myself. Because I like your devotion. Bhaktya Tvaranyaya Shakya, and he justifies that, says, Aham evam vidaha, I am like this. I cannot stop loving the children of my children who love me. That's what His Holiness states. And but for that love for their Tataji, this would not have happened. Today we are witnessing just, as I said earlier, Baladatta program is a children enrichment program. You may, impressed by this program, want to register your children, your friends' children, your neighbors' children. Please sign up at the front desk if you have not already done so, and our program coordinators will reach you. Now, I'm very glad and I humbly say that Mahamahopachyaya Swami Sri Tattvavidanandaji has graced this occasion and has listened to the chanting for several chapters by these children now. Swami Tattvavidanandaji is a true Pandita in both a classical and a modern sense. He excelled in his Vedic studies and at the age of 11 was encouraged to begin modern academic studies. A brilliant student, he earned a double doctorate, one in chemistry and another in Sanskrit. After an illustrious scientific career, he chose to enlighten and share his Vedantic knowledge to the true seekers. He has penned more than 70 books in multiple languages for the benefit of all the seekers. He is currently the Vice President of Ashavidya Gurukulam at Sailorsburg and also the Vice Chairman of Swami Dayananda Ashrama Rishikesh. Both are known as the Centers of Excellence for Vedantic Studies. The Ashavidya Gurukulam and the Sailorsburg Ashram, including several other shakhas in India, are very well connected with Sri Avadhuta Dattapitham, Mysore and Param Pujya Sri Swami. I now, on behalf of all of us assembled here, request, beg Swami Sri Tattvavidanandaji to share his words of wisdom with all of us.
ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः श्री गणेशाय नमः ओम गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनश्रीवन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Atmaswarupa Bandhugan. Having come here, when I saw all of you and also heard the recitation by these boys and girls of Gita, I feel very joyous and privileged for accepting the invitation. When I received the invitation from Sri Meena Sudhakar, I think, my first impression, first feeling was to politely say no, because my experience had been that whenever I hear a few people reciting Gita verses or any other verses for that matter, invariably they pronounce wrongly and make a number of mistakes in the spelling of the verses, and if they are mantras, they make additional mistakes in the intonations. Therefore, whenever we hear all these errors continuously pronounced by the people, and they don't pay any attention to correct themselves, probably they cannot even correct themselves. A point comes when they will not be able to correct it anymore. And so when we sit there and listen to all that, it becomes very distracting. Every time they make a mistake, the mind gets distracted and doesn't feel good. Therefore, I stopped going to the recitations and all that. But then there was a video sent by Meena Sudhakar to me, and I clicked on that video, and then I heard the voice reciting extremely well. And immediately I said, I will certainly come to this meeting. So that is how I will hear. Also, it may be pertinent to mention that I know I did not have the privilege or the joy of meeting Parama Pujya Shri Ganapati Sachidananda Swamiji Maharaj. I did not have that privilege as yet. However, I knew Shri Kupa Venkata Krishnamurti Garu extremely well. He is a very good friend to me, and I know him very well. He is a great scholar of Veda, Vedanta, and also modern science. And we both knew each other extremely well. Even now we know each other very well. He was in Hyderabad for a few years now, but then he shifted back to Mysore, I suppose. And therefore, I am happy to come to a place which is connected with Shri Kupa Venkata Krishnamurti Garu, who happens to be my good friend. Earlier, I knew Princeton as a nice town, which is the location of the great Princeton University. But I now also know that Durga Mandir is also located here. The place is doubly blessed to have such an institute located here. And generally, while they recite the Gita verses, they break it into 4 quarters, 4 padas, and that is how they recite. Most of the people do that. It is also possible to recite into 2 lines, the first line and the second line, and the entire verse can be recited that way also. But that becomes a little more difficult. Therefore, the nice way to do is break it into 4 padas and recite. That is what these boys and girls have done. Generally, when they do that kind of a recitation, they tend to make mistakes of sandhi, because the first pada is connected to the second pada, and in the books, the sandhi rules are followed and they are printed. But when you break it, you have to break it, not abruptly you break it, you have to break it following the appropriate sandhi rule. And that people don't do properly. Quite often, that becomes another source of major blemish in the recitation. What I noticed is, these boys and girls have broken the verse into 4 padas, and they have broken it very correctly and recited very correctly. You see, whenever we come across a boy or a girl reciting a verse or a mantra, and when they make a mistake, the mistake is not with the boy or the girl. The mistake is with the teacher. It is always like that. Because the boys and girls, if they are taught properly, they will learn properly. That is the universal rule it is. Once in our ashram or in some place, they asked my advice. We want to teach Vishnu Sahasranama recitation to the children. So what is your opinion? I said, I want to know who is the person that will teach Vishnu Sahasranama. Then they sent that person to me. I said, okay, you recite Vishnu Sahasranama, 4-5 verses, you recite before me. And the person recited. Immediately I told them, no, this is not the person to teach the children. Because the person himself or herself, while making so many mistakes, obviously all the children will be taught wrongly, and for the rest of their lives, they will be making so many mistakes. The same point I am saying one more time, because I am doubly impressed the way these children were reciting. They did not make one mistake. I have heard a clear prayer, one mistake they did not make. all sandhis are in perfect place. And the melody or the style of recitation is also wonderful. And all the credit goes to the teacher. Of course, they do get the credit. But all the credit goes to the teacher. And so, I really appreciate that part of it. You see, if you allow me to say a few things on this occasion before I close my speech, Bhagavad Gita is not a Parayana text. It is not meant for recitation. It is meant for reading, understanding and living. That is the way it is originally meant for. It's a text of philosophy. It's not an encomium that you are supposed to recite and get some benefit out of it. But yet, if you have to introduce Gita verses to the children, the only way to introduce is through recitation. Because the children, they are not yet